time to move on to the next one, which is Exit Corners. Just trying to make sure it's all relatively decent to look at. I may have to mess with this a little bit. Actually, I wonder. Give me a second. Oh yeah, it's officially in there. All right, there we go. It has an official game section. Yeah, I'm gonna have to slightly adjust this. Just so it's a bit bigger. There we go. Good enough. Move this over to the side a little bit. Boom. Should be good enough. Ooh. I don't. Alright. Probably gonna bump this volume down a tad. Alright. Time to go. Time to try it out. For Elements Hotel. So what's your name? Excuse me? I know nothing about you. I'd like to remedy that. So what's your name? Ink. My name is Ink. Oh? What an unusual name. Where are you from, Ink? I'm from Belbridge. Still there, unfortunately. I'm enrolled in the local university. Ah, Belbridge. Quaint little town, isn't it? Nice and quiet. For the most part, yeah. Quiet. You like it there? No, not really. Second I graduate, I'm out of here. Till then, my life is going to consist of good books and cheap beer. I see. Say, do you hear the wind? Kinda. I can hear you just fine. The wind sounds sort of muffled, distant. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? Dreaming. Things don't need to make sense. Oh, how can you be so sure you're dreaming? Well, for starters, I'm looking at myself square in the eye right now. I mean, unless there are two of me, that is impossible. There's only one Ink Greer. Trust me, I checked. Hello? Someone's calling for you, it seems. Hey, wake up. Thanks for the chat. Come on. Ink's cheek stung. Oh yeah, we've definitely got this, we've definitely got this pre-rendered kind of deal to it. Ink found himself sitting upright on the cheap mattress, half buried in sheets, and sore all over. He went for a twisty stretch, placing a hand on his aching back. I ought to give myself a round of applause. Falling asleep fully clothed, jacket and everything. That's a new low. Must have passed right out. He took a moment to compose himself, and he wiped the sweat up from his face. His eyes were drawn to a figure standing right next to him. Coral! It was a girl, still drowsy. Ink stared at her in a hazy stupor. Morning, stranger. Sorry about the whole pinching you awake thing. You're a heavy sleeper, I guess. Anyway, I know it's sort of sudden, but, just hoping you know what's going on. Where are we exactly? Wishing caught Ink off guard. He did his best to ignore what he assumed was a hangover. Tried to come up with an answer. Wait a sec. Where am I? Some kind of hotel. Hotel? It's a little old-fashioned, but there's no mistaking. How the hell did I wind up in a hotel? Either I got smashed last night, or... Hey, are you okay? You seem really out of it. Yeah, I'm fine. Just a bit disoriented, that's all. He examined his new companion. Who was she? Did I sleep with her or something? I mean, that'd be the obvious assumption. There's only one I know for sure. Listen, do you happen to remember anything from last night? Well, Girl trailed off. Ink couldn't help but steal an admiring glance during the silence. Sure is cute, whoever she is. Wonder where we met. He was desperate to know more about her. He could make a quick guess, judging for her age and appearance. He hunched that she, too, was a student at Bellbridge University. Probably met on campus. No, wait. Couldn't have been it. Got a room, then we must have met downtown somewhere. Can't remember anything. Sorry, I can't remember a single thing about last night. I'm pretty sure I don't know you either. Can't remember anything either, huh? Be a break. He managed to crack a smile in spite of his frustration. Least he could do was try to say something to try and quell the uneasy feeling in his gut. Might as well introduce myself. I'm Ink. Well then, it's nice to meet you, Ink. You know, I don't get nice to meet you all that often. Most people just comment on how weird my name is. It makes you feel any better. My name's pretty weird too. I'm Aether. Aether. I must admit, I haven't met anyone by the name of Aether before. I like it though. It's spelled A-E-T-H-E-R. Yep. I believe how many people pronounce it wrong. Two shared a gentle laugh. Ink slumped back onto the headrest and sank into a comfortable silence. Alright, Ink. Let's retrace our steps a bit. What's the last thing you remember before waking up? Let's see... Seems we moved over a little bit. There we go. Ink stretched his head. The simple task of remembering was proving more difficult than he had anticipated. Guess I don't remember going to bed. Can't rule out the possibility that I had gone out drinking. Got a week off, after all. Wait, what am I even saying? That doesn't make any sense. Oh Hold on. Pretty sure today's the 19th. Most students have the week off. Oh yeah, were you out for a night on the town? That's the thing, I told myself I won't be going out this week. I want to use the time to catch up on schoolwork. Pretty sure that last night I was holed up in my room studying. Weird. Pretty lame, huh? What kind of student actually spends this week off studying? I usually don't... No, that's not it. If yesterday was the 19th, then I don't think I went out either. I just went out last night, then what are we doing here? And even the 19th? Guess I'd better make sure. Ink lifted himself off the bed. It was only when he was standing up that he realized something was off. Ink could actually feel the weight of his cell phone, wallet, and keys on his person. But today, he felt especially light. He patted himself down, but it did no good. His jacket pockets had nothing in them. Ink scanned the room, searching the bed, floor, and armoire for his belongings. He came up empty. Damn it, where's all my stuff? Curiously, Ink did find something tucked away in his jeans pocket. He reached for it. Oh boy. 2019! The object that he pulled out was alien to him. A device which resembled an old PDA had the date written across the screen. 379. 379? The hell? No. Must be a 1, not a 7. Man, I'm out of it. So it is March 19th. That's one problem solved. What is this thing? Where's my phone? Don't tell me you've got one too. This isn't mine. My phone looks nothing like this. Oh, she wasn't kidding. She's got the exact same model. My smartphone seems to be swapped out for one of these, whatever it is. Really? That is too weird. Think they were handing him out somewhere? I'm a sucker for free stuff. I don't know about that. Ink examined the PDA further. Feared that the only menu option was contact. This device has had like 99% of its features removed. Only letting me go to contacts menu. Scratch that. Contact menu. Singular. I've seen rotary phones with more features than this whole thing. Heh. Well, let's see if contact actually does anything. Ink soon realized why the word contact was pluralized. There was but a single name in the contact slash. Sean Ward. Sean, finally something familiar. Sean? Who's that? He's a good friend of mine. I'm gonna text him and see if he knows what happened last night. Might have had a scoop on these PDAs as well. Oh, I see. Something the matter? Nothing really, it's just that the only person in my PDA's contact list is my dad. You shoot him a text? Nah, he'd be pretty mad if I told him I woke up in a hotel with some boy I don't know. Maybe you should send him something anyway. He might be worried about you. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's see if this thing actually works. Sean, this is Ink. You there? Ink? What's with this? So what? What's with this PDA? Did you put it here? What do you mean? Were you the one that left it with me? What the hell are you talking about? This piece of junk was in my mailbox this morning. No return address. You're the only name in the contact list, and it doesn't seem to be able to do anything except send and receive text from you. So we have people that we care about on the outside. Tried texting you earlier to ask you about it, but you never got back to me. Am I wrong in assuming that this is from you? Still there, brah? Yeah, I don't know what to say. Is this some kind of prank? Prank. You're the one who's pulling my leg, buddy. Cut the crap, just tell me what happened last night. Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. Not sure how I wound up with this thing. Assumed you knew something since your name was on the contact list. Let me get this straight. You somehow wound up with a PDA that doesn't belong to you, which you're using message right now, is that correct? Yep. And we're in the exact same situation. I also have a PDA of unknown origin that can only send and receive text from you. You serious? Of course I'm serious. Are you being serious? Is this another one of your jokes? That's a negative, friendo. Trust me, I'm just as confused as you are. Remember what you were doing last night? Yeah, I was bar hopping with some of my other friends. Nothing out of the ordinary. Don't remember running into you, though. Well, you're telling the truth, then someone must have given one of these to each of us. Weird. Do you have any idea where they came from? No, sorry, Mother. Wait, where are you right now? Dorm. Did anything out of the ordinary happen to you today? Nah, I've been shitposting. You know where all morning. What do you ask? I'm in a hotel with some girl I never met. Not sure how I got here. Ooh, who's the lucky lady? She must be real special if you got to leave your room on a weekday. Proud of you. Hey, it's not like that. I don't remember anything from last night. Neither should she. Sure, buddy. Come back to campus. I want to have a chat with you about your lady friend. Once I get my bearings, I'll be heading back. Anyway, text me if you remember anything about these PDAs. Took the PDA back in his pocket. Ink turned to his new acquaintance. Ink suspected that she may not have contacted her father at all, but supposed it was none of his business. So what now? Just give me a moment to think this through. Ink set his head into his hands. Took a series of deep breaths as he mulled over what to do next. Need to figure out what happened to my wallet and phone before I do anything else. They aren't in this room. I know that much. Isn't it impossible that I left in my dorm or at the bar? Without my phone, it'll be hard to ask around about him. Man, this is going to be a huge pain in the ass. You need to wait for me, you know. Sort of hoping we'd be able to figure out what happened last night. You know, like, together. Right. Yes, that'd be the sensible thing to do. Don't look so glum, it'll be fun. Think of all the real mystery... Think of it like a real-life mystery novel. You'd make a pretty badass crime-fitting doodle, don't you think? You want to be a grizzled detective or the quirky sidekick? I guess I'll take detective. If I had to pick, I guess be the detective. Sure, if I consider myself grizzled, though. Guess that makes me the sidekick. I'm not going to take charge, but I'll be real upset if you don't come up with a snappy catchphrase. He found himself smiling. Aether's enthusiasm was contagious. Alright then, my trusty sidekick, I'm thinking we ought to head out. Is there anything you need to take care of before we leave? Nope, after you, detective. In the wall caught Ink's attention as he was leaving. 4 Elements Hotel and Suites. 4 Elements Hotel, huh? That's what it says. I don't suppose there's a 4 Elements Hotel in Bellbridge. You live in Bellbridge by any chance? Well, yeah, I'm a psych student at Bellbridge U. Huh, looks like my guess was right, though I suppose it wasn't much of a stretch. Don't say. What year? I'm just a freshman. I haven't even chosen a psych specialization yet. I live in the dorms on campus. Well, then it looks like we're headed in the same direction, except... Except? Not sure I like the way you said that. Except I'm sure there's no hotel called the Four Elements anywhere in Bellbridge. What? Where are we then? Eats me. He pressed his palm hard against his forehead in an attempt to jog his memory. All it did was worsen his headache. He let out a loud sigh. Maybe we should head to reception desk at the very least. We can find out what city we're in. Yeah, good idea. With any luck, they have a lost and found too. They were in tow. Ink cracked open the door and made his way into the hallway. A large, eerie blue monitor was the first thing to grab Ink's attention. What's it doing in the hallway? Transfixed on the screen, Ink was slow to notice that he and Aether weren't alone. Right on the monitor were two people, both of whom approached him. Is that you, Falco? Hobo Falco or something. The one on the right was this disheveled man in his mid-20s. The one on the left was an elderly one with a calm countenance. Ink stared right back at them wide-eyed. Looks like you were right. And sporting a hoodie looked back to the oversized monitor. Would you mind coming over here? You mean us? Yeah, I need your help with something. Ink and Aether edged closer to him at a slow pace, but the young man's request had Ink feeling uneasy. Before they arrived at the end of the hallway, Ink made a request of his own. Maybe find someone else to help. I don't mean to be a pain, but my friend and I have a bit of a rough night and need to get back home as soon as possible. Shh, yeah, well, good luck with that. Ink scowled. Grabbing Aether by the wrist, he hurriedly cut between the two strangers. He reached for the door leading out. It's locked? See? What'd I tell you? This can't be the right way out of the hotel. Come on, we have to check the other side of the hall. We've already had a look around. Doors are all locked, I'm afraid. It'll be open from the other side. As much as Ink wanted to believe the old woman was just pulling his leg, the sternness in her voice suggested otherwise. Then what? We're trapped here? For now. Barricading the door down, but it wasn't getting anywhere fast. Stuck her steel tight. Where are the staff? Does the front desk know what this part of the hotel has been sectioned off? I haven't been able to get a hold of any staff. Doubt that anyone even here works anymore. That's hardly a surprise. Guess we gotta wait for the last person to wake up. Last person? What are you talking about? Stranger let out a sigh and pointed to the screen. Oh. 5. She could do something other than ask questions, but this is officially starting to worry me. Contestants. 2 of 5? What does that mean? I would assume that refers to us. Couldn't be. Put your hand on the thing. And complied. Screen produced a quizzical beep. The display updated and Ink's heart sank. 3 of 5. Well, that settles it. I guess you're a contestant after all. As a heads up, I did not sign up for this, whatever this is. Yeah, and I bet you've never had your handprint taken either. Well, there you go. Anyway, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that the computer and the door are connected. I'm thinking it will unlock once it says 5 out of 5. I'm so lost for words. Tried in vain to remember what I had done to wind up here. Aether placed her hand on the screen, which now read, Contestants 4 of 5. Thanks. I just want to go home. It's taken a while for Ink to notice, but Aether had grown much quieter all of a sudden. She's scared, shy, or just bewildered. Whatever the case, Ink figured he'd best try and get everyone acquainted in an attempt to cheer Aether up. If we're going to have to wait for the 5th person, we might as well introduce ourselves. I'm Ink. Your name is Ink? I-N-K? Not your real name or just a nickname? It's the real deal. My full name is Ink Greer. Study English at Bellbridge University. I go to Bellbridge University too. First year psychology student. Psychology. I had to say my name, didn't I? I'm Aether. My name is Beth. Beth Marsh. Pleasure to meet you all, strange circumstances aside. Pleasure's all mine, Beth. Following Aether's lead, Ink shot the old woman a small nod and a phony smile. My name's Ray. Programmer. Freelance. If you want something done quickly and done right, I'm your guy. Sound pretty sure of yourself. You're famous or something? I ought to be. I'm good at what I do. Real good. Did you graduate from Bellbridge U? Hear good things about their computer science program. I was enrolled there for a bit. I dropped out. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You can stop right there. I don't want your pity. I'm doing just fine without a degree. If anything, I should be pitying you for attending that joke of a school. Joke of a school? You guys are too young to understand, but one day you'll come to realize that your school is absolute trash. You have 1,000 better ways to spend your time. A million better ways to spend your money. Aether looked as though she had something to say, but was too afraid to speak up. Ink would have loved to shut Ray up with a snappy retort for insulting his school, but was able to come up with anything clever. Just as friendly advice for you. Sound of a closing door interrupted a mumbling Ray. Curious, Ink looked about the room. Girl, perhaps a few years younger than Ink, had emerged from a door to his right. She glared at Ink, then after a few seconds turned to Ray instead. You. What? You're Ray, I take it. Yeah, that's me. Nugaro gave Ray a dirty look. She had a haughty air about her. Wait, do you know my name? How long have you been eavesdropping on us? Pretty much this whole time. Eavesdropping? Why do that? Isn't it obvious? When you've been kidnapped, the most important thing to do is find out as much as you can about your captors. You guys weren't saying anything useful though, so I thought I'd just let you know I was awake. You can rant me off now. Chop chop. I was so sure you were kidnapped. I don't know you could come to that conclusion from listening to our conversation. Well, I certainly don't remember entering this hotel, which means that someone brought me here. Disgusting as that may be. Any reasons why someone would want to kidnap you? that. Need to get stuff out of my nose. It's very bleh. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but my father and I are quite wealthy. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't know you? Well, that was blunt. It's no use trying to trick me talking about contestants or any of that nonsense. Feeling that someone would try this eventually. Already notified my father, and he says he'll pay whatever you demand. Already notified him? How? Reached her bag and pulled out a familiar trinket. The only thing this device seems to be able to do is call my father. An intentional modification, I'm sure. What, you've got one too, huh? Man, it's just my luck. Is that what these things are? Wait, so everyone was given a PDA? Silence. Contestants all eyed each other. Just to make sure, does anyone have any idea how they wound up here? No? Nope. Afraid not. Nobody? Awesome. Just awesome. For the record, it isn't too late to admit you kidnapped me, acting clueless. How predictable. Can't blame her for being cautious, but there's a fine line between caution and paranoia. Let's see if I can't get her to open up a little. Can you at least tell us your name? It's Lisa. Though we all know you didn't have to ask. Cool, Lisa. You put your hand on that screen there? Absolutely not. Why would it help my captors? We didn't kidnap you, okay? Get that through your skull. That's a laugh. Do you really expect me to trust someone, some smarmy thug like you? You want to say that again? Just put your hand on the screen so we can open that damn door. You know what? I don't like your attitude. My attitude? You're the one who isn't cooperating. Seriously, could he be any more obnoxious? Well, now I'm definitely not opening the door. It's probably some sort of kidnapper scheme anyway. Lisa, did you ever consider the rest of us might also have been kidnapped? Exactly. Maybe I'm getting ransomed off too, ever think of that? Yeah, because when I think of people who would be worth abducting, the first thing that comes to mind is debt adult university dropout. You know what my father says about people like you? He says that people who quit shouldn't even bother to try. Oh boy! There is a lot of problems with that. So, fuck your father. Fuck him. That is not how you should be frickin' treating other people. Like, what the fuck? Wow. And that's rich coming from your fucking family, because apparently y'all are rich. Like, wow. Oh, fuck off. You don't know a single thing about me. Stop. Both of you. Beth, who had remained quiet for a time, interjected with surprising ferocity. Her rage disappeared as quickly as it had been manifested. I don't think yelling at one another is going to get us anywhere. Lisa? Even if we were your captors, why would we trap ourselves in the same room as you? Would we want to avoid seeing our faces? But I suppose you have a point. And Ray, would you mind be a bit more courteous to the young lady? She's in the same situation as the rest of us. Sure, you can understand how stressful this is. Yeah, whatever. The two apologized to each other. The two mumbled at each other. I doubted either of them had actually said the word sorry, but it seemed to happen enough that they were finished arguing. Wonderful. Now, Lisa, could you place your hand on the computer screen, please? Suddenly, Lisa did as she was asked. The screen went blank, then out of nowhere, it appeared. What is that? What is it? Oh my, what on earth is that? It's uncanny as hell, whatever it is. Hello? Who are you? There remained a low humming sound from a hollow synthetic voice took over. Please note that the following message is a recording that will only play once. It is vital that you pay attention. Did that thing say something? Shut up. Didn't you hear it? It's about to speak. Salutations, contestants. I pray you all had a most wonderful sleep. You're probably wondering why you're here, actually. Probably wondering many things, fret not. Contestants, for I have the answers you seek. Regrettably, I cannot divulge anything right now. You've only just woken up. I'm afraid some of the things I have to share are rather complicated. This is not the time nor the place to provide contestants with information, and for that, I must apologize. I'm sorry. So very sorry. In order to prove to everyone that I am in fact very sorry, I've arranged a fun little puzzle for my favorite contestants. I'm of course referring to the 5 of you. I think it'll break the ice quite nicely. Please do your best to solve it. Instructions can be found in the top right corner of the screen. Once you think you've solved it, press the check solution button, then place your hand on the screen and confirm your answer. Good luck and have fun, contestants. Oh, and I suppose I should check that the door to the next room won't unlock until you've completed the puzzle. So yes, the puzzle is more or less mandatory. What are those? Weren't you listening? It's a puzzle. Looks tile-based. Huh. Why? It seems so unnecessary. Thing did call us contestants. It's pretty clear that this is some sort of game. This is stupid. Please tell me none of you actually intend to go through with this. What other choice do we have? Listen, I don't really know what's going on, but I want to get out of here as soon as possible. I'm giving this thing a go. It can't hurt to try, right? Oh, we got a lifeline. Any ideas? One strange polygonal face said that the instructions would be top right of the screen. I guess our instructions are to turn a square into a cross. Huh. Doesn't look like the pieces can fit together and make one. Think they got the pieces wrong? No, this is deliberate, I'm sure. Would like to help if I can, Ink. Awesome, man. I'd appreciate it. kind of jigsaw puzzle? Yeah, so, but something seems very odd about it. Absolutely. How are you even supposed to move the pieces? Touchscreen, I can switch the location of any two pieces around, tapping one, tapping the other. I thought that would be pretty obvious. Sorry, I'm ashamed to say that I'm not very up-to-date on these things. No, it's fine. And once we've solved it, we press the check solution button. That's just a bit. I don't think there's a limit to how many times we can check the solution, so we should be afraid to try out answers. I see. Thank you, Ink. How would we make a cross? Oh! I knew something was up. There was a catch. It wasn't the green tiles, it was the blacked out ones. There, got it. Wait, how is that the solution? If you look at the negative space in the center of the puzzle, you can make out a cross. Well, I get it. I never thought of doing it that way. Neat. Hey. That wasn't so bad. Well done, contestants. Well done indeed. You again. Please note that this is once again a recording that it will only play once. As you solved the puzzle I left for you, I pray that you all had fun. I'm sure you're all eager to know why you're here. The truth is that this cramped hallway is ill-suited for such a conversation. I know. Got your hopes up for nothing. Then I am truly sorry. Truly. Allow me to make it up to you. Voila! The door is now unlocked. Next room is a fine little lounge. Much more fitting place to discuss the rules of our wonderful game. I shall await you there. Go. Move forward. Or you could die. It's clear the polygonal figure wasn't coming back. The ink had trouble turning away. That last message had left him more confused and anxious than ever. The opening of a door managed to redirect Ink's gaze. He looked about the room. He realized that they were one contestant short. Guess Ray had already split. But then Lisa followed him shortly thereafter. Ink? Yeah? Do you think that guy was being serious when he said, or you could die? Don't let it get to you, Aether. Hopefully this is just some jerk's idea of a joke. Cruel and needlessly complicated joke. It is a joke. If it is a joke, it sure isn't funny. Yeah, definitely not funny. If it isn't funny, then why do I feel like laughing all of a sudden? Because none of this makes a lick of sense? Sure, let's go with that. It's all just a strange dream. Oh my gosh, Ink! What is it? You're bleeding! Singularly, Ink brought his hand to his nose. Sure enough, he felt a slick, warm substance that could only have been his own blood. Weird. He didn't feel it. Ink stared at the blood in his hand, more curious than concerned. Then he felt it. There's a heavy throbbing pain in his chest. growing, rising. What's wrong? You don't look so good. It's like there's something inside. Inside? What do you mean inside? Couldn't focus enough to reply. Something was pounding against his ribcage from within. Felt as if his heart was fighting to escape his body. What's happened? Ugh! Trying to talk was useless. Ink couldn't finish a thought, much to speak one. Living a few seconds with the pain had already overtaken all other feeling. Caught in agony, Ink clutched his chest, shut his eyes and nearly blacked out. He vomited. What the actual fuck? Ink stared at his hand, terrified. What happened to me? Oh boy. Give me a moment. I need to deal with Doug. Alright. Chapter 2. Scent. What happened to me? The same question repeated itself endlessly in Ink's head. It had been less than an hour since Ink had woken up in the Four Elements Hotel. Since then, been acquainted with a handful of strangers who, like him, had no idea why they were there. To add to the confusion, Ink's phone had been stolen. Its place was a PDA which could only contact his friend and colleague, Sean. The one who had woken him up was a girl named Aether. Right now, she was doing her best to keep Ink's blood loss to a minimum after a violent episode of someone hemorrhaging. Enough, I think it stopped for good, I mean, for now. How are you feeling then? Could be worse, considering. Thanks for helping me keep that under control. That kind of bleeding isn't normal, is it? No, I've never experienced anything like that in my life. Say, how do I look? Most of the blood landed on the wall or floor, and we wiped away what was on your face, so you look okay. Got a bit on your scar, but you might be able to wash it out. Give a scar a quick twist, hiding the tiny blood stains from view. Cool, don't mention this to anyone, alright? Why not? This could be serious. Seems like the kind of thing that could make people panic, you know? Till we know what's going on, let's keep this on the down low. But I'll worry about my personal health once I'm made home. Besides, I feel better now. Don't look at me like that, I'll be fine. What makes you so sure? I'm the detective, remember? Can't kill a detective before he solves any mysteries. This isn't a story, Ink. Life's a kind of story, no. Just promise me you'll go for a checkup when we get back to campus. Deal. Let's get out of here then. It was an act. Ink did feel better. Whatever his affliction was, it had passed. I won't be able to get medical attention until I get out of here anyway. From Ink by their wrists, Aether dragged him through the once locked double doors at the end of the hall. On the other end was a small lounge. To Ink's surprise, his other new acquaintances were scattered about the room. quite engraved. They were keeping to themselves. You guys are still here? Door's locked. Huh? Door over there. Also from the one you just came through. Wouldn't budge when I tried to open it. It's just like that last room. Are any other exits? Do you really think we'd still be here if there was another way out? So what? We're supposed to wait here? We're in a position to do anything else. I don't like this. I want out. I know, dear. Please, have a seat for the time being. Let's try to be patient. Beth lowered her head and grew quiet. Ink slumped into the nearest seat. From here, he had a good view of the wall-mounted screen. So now what? Nobody answered. The others were fiddling with the devices they had been given or stared at the wall. Ink sighed. Not a real social bunch, are they? Well, whatever. I guess we just wait for that face thing to show up. As if on cue, the monitor sparked to life. Speak of the devil. This match is set to play after a short delay. If any contestants are not present, please retrieve them. Who are you? Why do you look like that? Please note that this message recording will only play once. It is vital that you pay attention. Hello, contestants. Long time no see. That was a joke, of course. I saw you but moments ago. Ho ho ho. I already hate this guy. Please sit down. Make yourselves comfortable. Relax. I'm sure you all have questions for me. I asked you to be patient. By the end of my little speech, I imagine this is it. Then at least a few of your concerns will have been addressed. Let me start by confirming that yes, you have been abducted, and yes, I am the one responsible. Sorry about that. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Set. I'll be as brief as I can. I have brought you here today so that you may play a game. A game of my own design. The name of my game is Exit Corners. The rules are simple. I have placed you in the heart of a lovely Four Elemental hotel. As Game Master, I will do my best to keep you here. If you manage to exit the hotel, you win. If your heart stops beating, you lose. Wait, what? And that's all there is to it. Not so difficult to understand, Allow me to be clear. In this game, you must put yourself first. Your victory or defeat is not tied to that of any other contestant. I have made some alterations to the Four Elements Hotel to allow for a more pleasant gaming experience. One such amelioration is the inclusion of 16 pounds of industrial-grade Semtex at this building's foundation. In 24 hours, the aforementioned explosives will detonate. This will cause the entire structure to collapse. In the event you're still in the building at the time of collapse, you will most likely be crushed and killed, resulting in a loss. Pardon the negativity. But please, do not misunderstand me. I want to escape through the exit. I most certainly do. That's why I've given you all a Gemini, to give you a fighting chance. Each of you have been entrusted with an electronic device that's dubbed Gemini. I assume you are already aware of this fact? Why Gemini, you ask? Each Gemini has a twin. Gemini may only send and receive messages from their twin. The other halves of your Gemini have been left in the care of someone you know. These people will be referred to as your contacts. Right now, as far as you are concerned, your contact is the most important person in the world. While your contacts may be different, they're all equally important. I guarantee you'll need their help to achieve victories today, so try your best to get along with them. Poor communication kills, you know. I suppose I've rambled on long enough, haven't I? I'll leave you all alone then. Next puzzle will be available in just a moment. I've got a myriad of challenges lined up for today. I'm rather fond of puzzles, as you can see. Hopefully my fondness is contagious. Adieu, contestants, and good luck. And kind of endless questions for Sen, but it was clear that he wasn't coming back. What? Ingor rose to his feet, shaking. A dozen thoughts raced through his head. What was the purpose of exit corners? Who was sent? Was it just bad luck that Ink wound up a contestant, or was he specifically targeted? What the fuck is going on? Is that guy for real? Dude might as well have been a curly villain have a curly villain mustache. A bit difficult to twirl with no hands, I think. Ah, good point. Glad to see you're at least taking the news well. Else feels kind of surreal, you know? I mean, did anyone else just tell me that I was going to die, like, actually? Aren't you scared at all? I'm more confused than anything, but yeah, of course I'm scared. I think we're all a bit scared, dear. First step to overcoming fear is to understand it. Something they told you in your program? No, I just sort of made that up. Still seems like a useful bit of advice right now, don't you think? We should take some time to make sure we're all on the same page. Good idea. Let's go over what we know. Lisa, Ray, are you both paying attention? This is important. Yeah, I'm listening. Don't mind me. Ray, who had been leaning on the wall in silence, joined the others. Just as he opened his mouth, a familiar noise emanated from the terminal. The contestants all turned to face it. It's another puzzle. Guess it was set to initialize shortly after the message finished playing. Before we get to that, I think we should still do a short recap. Right, where should we start? Sent. Is that why you were so deep in thought back there? Yeah, who is he exactly? He's a big old question mark for me. I can't figure him out. If he's the one that brought us here, none of us remember anything from before this morning. Excuse me. That makes him the only one who really knows what's going on right now. What's his motive? How was I abducted? Is this all really necessary? Why did he choose me? Why didn't he choose any of us? That's what concerns me the most. Your guess is as good as mine, although... can't determine how or why we're chosen. We might be able to figure out who he is. What do you mean by that? If he kidnapped us at random, then Sent is probably just some kind of maniac, right? Chose us specifically, then he must know us to some degree. He hasn't addressed us by name, so it's not out of the question. He chose his victims at random. Yeah, maybe it's just some nut job. I'm not so sure about that. I'm not saying that Sent knows us all personally, but I don't think he would kidnap people at complete random. I don't think anyone would do that. Seriously? Do you not think that anyone could be this malicious? Aether, I know you're in a sync program, I get that, but that doesn't make you an expert in the human psyche. Some people are 100% batshit crazy, you know. If you listen to the way Sent speaks, something's wrong with that guy. That, isn't what I meant. I think I know what Aether was trying to say. So much effort went into capturing us and setting everything up. I mean, there are hand scanners and these Gemini devices and the like. Why would someone go through all this trouble to scare the shit out of random people? Isn't there an easier way to do that? Like I said, some people are real messed up. Even still, some people, like Scent, usually have patterns. You might not notice all personally. There's probably at least one thing that we all have in common. We meet a certain set of criteria. Right, I hadn't thought of that. He examined each of his fellow cadets one at a time. As he did, he noticed that they were all glancing around at each other. He let out a weak laugh. We don't really have much in common, do we? I mean, we've got both men and women, students and dropouts, young people and middle-aged persons. Ink, I'm a senior. I'd appreciate if you didn't mince words when our lives could be on the line, please and thank you. Anyway, the point is that I don't see anything in common between the five of us. Something less obvious, perhaps? You don't live in Belbridge, right? You don't live in Belbridge, right? Well, that Aether and I do at the very least. Yeah, I live in Belbridge, regrettably. I'm afraid I don't live there. I've never heard of Belbridge. Well, there's the difference, I guess. Oh. Well, damn, so much for that idea. Is that where we are right now? I don't know. I don't remember there being a Four Elements hotel anywhere in Belbridge. Of course, I didn't grow up there, so I wouldn't know. I was born there, I haven't heard of it either. What kind of place is it? It's a medium-sized college town, East Coast. East Coast, you say? Something wrong? I live out west. I would have had to come a long way. Let's not try to worry about too much. There's no way to know where we are for sure. Let's forget it for now, I guess. I barely know any of you, so there's no way I'm going to be able to figure out what ties us all together, if there's anything at all. Whatever his reasons for capturing us, Scent clearly isn't his real name. Come on, man. Your name is Ink. You're dating a girl named Aether. Oh, Aether, whatever. You don't think that name, like Scent, could be legit? We're not dating. Oh. Guys came out of the same room, so he just assumed. Seemed like you knew each other. So the two of you are complete strangers that just happen to wake up in the same room. Same bed, actually. Jeez, that must have been awkward. Guess Scent thought it'd be funny. And I've got to hand it to him. It is kind of funny. You're sweating buckets right now, bud. Let me do you both a favor and change the subject. Please. Why don't we get started on this poll? We can chat about Scent later. Remember that we've got a time limit. I'd like to add that there's still the possibility that this is just Scent's idea of a joke. There may be no explosives or time limit. Right now we're just taking his word for it. Lisa, you've been so quiet I almost forgot about you. That's because I've been meshing my father instead of standing around chit-chatting. Trying to get rescued, not play detective. Since this whole thing is a joke, then why are you so dead set with getting rescued? I never said that I thought this was a joke, did I? I just said that it was a possibility. Scent has committed a crime in kidnapping us and forced us to play this game. There's no telling how far he'll go. It's too risky to not take action. This all is a big prank. Why did you even suggest it? Well, I don't want to look like an idiot if this is all fake. Obviously. Do you seriously care that much what other people think of you? Unlike some people, I actually have an image to maintain. A lot of people expect great things from me, you know. That actually freaking knocked the wind out of me. Oh my god. Those are pretty big words coming from someone who's probably never worked a day in her damn life. Guys, come on. Not this again. Whatever, I'm done talking to this idiot. Lizzie, you said you missed your father. Does that make him your contact? I don't know, I guess so. Exactly did you tell him? Told him that my kidnapper wasn't interested in a ransom. That he's forcing me to play some weird game and threatening to kill me. Did you let him know that there are other people who have been abducted as well? No. Oh, well, do you at least tell him that you're in a hotel called the Four Elms and you've only got 24 hours to find a way out? No. Then what did you tell him? Told him when I told you. That's it? Yeah, so? Took you 5 more minutes to type that out? It's like texting, okay? Give me a break. You're a teenager. Shouldn't you be an Olympic-level texter? Shut up, both of you! Get started on the puzzle. You're wasting a lot of time asking me pointless questions. It's pretty obvious she wants to change the subject, but she's right. We need to push on. Perhaps we should. There's more than about this game I'd like to discuss, but you should get this puzzle out of the way first. My peers are wary eyes turn to the terminal. Let's get to it then. Turn a 7 into a 26. Into a number 26. Alright, Aether, you've been quiet for a while. Got a lot on my mind, I guess. Not really, well, you can always let the rest of us handle this. No, doing this puzzle ought to clear my head. I'll gladly help. Alright then, let me know if you can think of anything that might be useful. Okay, oh, an ink. Yeah? Thanks for being considerate. So, any ideas about the puzzle? Not really. The clue says turn 7 to 26. No, it doesn't. What do you mean? Of course it does. No, but it says turn 7 into number 26. There's a hashtag before 26, but not before 7. Huh. I didn't notice. probably important, so let's try to remember this detail. Good idea. Buffy. The hashtag is probably part of it. But we definitely don't have enough pieces to make 26. Why did I do that? I wanted to reset. Wait a minute. 7 into number 26? Like, the alphabet's number 26? maybe? Hey! That was weird. Hey, it was right. Oh? How was that the answer? Number 26 on the clue refers to the letter Z. 26th letter of the alphabet. Turns out you can draw a Z if you get crafty with the tiles. Pretty sharp, Ink. Certainly harder than the last puzzle. Congratulations, contestants. That was the correct solution. Before you proceed, I feel like it's our responsibility to issue a warning. 24-hour time limit, while important, should not be your immediate concern. Explosives I planted are far more dangerous. The explosives I planted are far from the most dangerous thing in the hotel. I've refrained from throwing anything harmful at you thus far, but I assure you this safety is temporary. There, I've opened the way. Welcome to Exit Corners. I'm looking forward to watching you all struggle, and you will struggle. Or you could die. You sure liked saying that, don't you? That guy's a real piece of work. Why does he look like he's made of paper mache? People these days are so strange. Paper mache? That's what he reminds you of? No, that's not really him, right? It's just computer-generated image he uses to keep us from seeing his real face. Same deal with his voice, completely synthetic. Oh, is that so? Buying a rundown hotel, rigging all these contraptions, and creating computer-generated images. I'm no expert, but wouldn't these things cost a fortune? That face would be a cinch to make. As for the rest of it, I see what you're getting at. This isn't what any normal person's price range. Exit Corners really is the work of a single person, and that person would have to be pretty well off. Ray's market home. Certain redhead soon became the center of everyone's attention. Why are you all staring at me? Father and I are extremely wealthy. Did I get that right? Right, because my family is the only entity in the entire world that has any money. Oh, just must mean I'm a deranged sociopath who locks herself in a hotel with a bunch of strangers in an attempt to get herself killed. Got it to hand to you, Ray. Your reasoning is flawless. Sarcasm won't do you any good. I'm not saying you're behind all this, frankly. I don't think you're smart enough. To be honest, I don't think it's within one person's power to run this whole game on their own. But you're definitely hiding something. I know you are. Been acting real suspicious all morning. Especially now. What do you mean suspicious? Don't think I haven't noticed your hand. I have, you know. My eyes are in excellent shape. Huh? What's wrong with her hand? Every now and again, she makes peculiar gestures with her right hand. To me, it looks as if she's making some kind of signal. A sign language, perhaps? Nervous tick, that's all. It's normal. Shaking her voice is telling me otherwise. Give her some space. Give her some space, guys. You're being overly paranoid about all this. Give her some space. She could be working with scent. As could any of us. It's all just conjecture. She's hiding something. Don't tell me you haven't noticed. She's hiding something for sure, but whether it's significant or relevant is a different matter. Come on. Surely she isn't the only one with things she'd rather not talk about. Yeah, what he said. Whatever. I'm done with you chumps. What a loser. Should we give Ray a moment? No, we ought to follow him. The only thing we're at liberty to do right now is continue playing exit corners. You know, the more often I hear exit corners, the stranger it sounds. What's it supposed to mean? I wish I could answer that. I wish I could answer anything. Why? Why were we brought here? Who is sent? What is exit corners? Exit 29. Oh. Well, episode 29. Is this still being made? Ah. Yeah, this was originally episodic, but got complete in 2020. Honestly, though, I think I'm probably gonna be ending the stream for today. I'm feeling kind of weary. Well, not weary, more like my body's feeling like it needs to lay down. If that makes sense. So yeah, I think I'm probably gonna be just ending things for today. I think what I'll end up doing, at least regarding this game, is I can do it little bits at a time to kind of, just let things settle every once in a while. Which means I'll probably be playing it in a similar way to Persona 3, since that game kind of also feels like you play it in little bursts. So I guess I'll probably end up doing plenty of little things. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I definitely think I want to just rest for a little bit. So, thank y'all for coming. Hope to see y'all Friday, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye. Boy.